We made it through another Bachelorette season, and this was a twofer. We got 2 for 1. We got 2 happy couples that are engaged, and we could not be happier for them. So today we are breaking it all down with the boy band manager himself, Kenny, a contestant on this season, and a Chicagoan. Kenny, thanks so much for joining us. And of course, we have Tina, our Bachelorette, super fan, producer, joining us too. So guys, thank you. And
Yo.
Kenny, welcome.
Thanks for having me on.
Ken, I'm so excited you're here.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
I've been on the show before in other
I know.
other
Let's
regions.
give you some props to you and your boy band.
Yes.
The boy band night in Chicago. If you can tell, we went boy band throwback theme.
We went boy band theme. This is the boy band shirt that I could find top of my drawer. So Kenny, I hope it's okay with you.
I got Janet Jackson.
I love it. Well, this season, it was quite the journey. I mean, we started off with Claire, then we had to transition to Tasha, and now they're both engaged. So Kenny, first off, we just got to say, what do you think, because you lived with Zach, you know, and he's now engaged to Tasha. What do you think of this couple? Do you think they're going to make it?
I actually was pretty good friends with Zach, and I love Zach. And everything you're seeing him say and everything you watched is really Zach. You know, there was no faking. I believe out of everybody, Zach was probably like the most ready to do this, to actually go all the way, you know. But me and Zach had some good, like, because we were like the old men. Like, me and Zach were like the old guys, and we had a couple of good, like, old man chats. The funny thing is, like, about right before I left, maybe 3 weeks probably before what you saw last night, like, we were sitting there talking, like, how in the hell is, like, are we going to go from where we are right now to, like, possibly being engaged in 3 weeks? And, like, we had this talk, like, not knowing that obviously Zach would actually end up going all the way, you know, so that's kind of cool. But at the end of the day, like, and then, like, me and Zach connected on, like, music, too. Like, that's how we first started becoming friends, because we were both randomly huge Bob Seger fans, which is, like, totally random. And he's, like, a Pearl Jam guy. So me and Zach were, like, on the same level on a lot of things. But as far as him and Tasha go, like, I really think that it's something. I think it's really is a real deal.
I mean, that proposal, Zach really has a way with words, and I feel like we really got to see their connection grow in this 2-night finale. I mean, when they exchanged their I love yous, the way that Tasha received it, and she kept saying, say it again, I think that's when I kind of knew that, you know, I think Zach might be going all the way here. But we've had some curveballs in the finale, of course. We had Ben come back. You know, we were all kind of like on the edge of our seats. All right, is it going to be him? And then, of course, we had Ivan. And so, I mean, and that whole ice water,
Yeah, I want to ask you, Kenny, about what you thought of some of these final dates. Because in my opinion, I think, you know, I know a lot of the producers have a lot to say with these dates, but I also feel like the Bachelorette probably definitely has a say in these. And I felt like a lot of the dates were catered for Zach. Like, for example, you know, Ivan, he gets this ice cold water bath, and then his finale, his fantasy suite, he gets some trailer RV that he gets to spend the night in. Okay, so he gets that. Zach gets the hot, sexy painting date over here, and then he gets the beautiful, lavish hotel suite. I don't know. What did you think about all of these fantasy suites?
Well, I obviously, under the circumstances, I think they were just trying to do the best that they could in the little, like, bubble world that we were living in. So, you know, obviously in normal times it would have been all crazy, you know, but I mean, I thought that to me, I thought the camper thing was kind of, I thought it was cool. I know there was a lot of mixed reviews on it, but, like, I know where they were going with it. Like, I don't hate it. I didn't hate it. I know a lot of people were saying stuff, but I mean, but yeah, I mean, like, they did to me, like, the producers did a great job. Like, you didn't have much to work with, and you had to, like, you know, we were in there, and you just had to like come up with stuff to do within these walls. We're at a resort.
I do have to give the show props because I think you guys adapted really well to the situation of the world we're in, and you guys adapted and you made these dates and you made the show work when a lot of people were just shutting things down. So props to that. But Kenny, how was that, your COVID bubble, your quarantine crew? Because we've all kind of had to figure out the people that we're going to be spending time with this last year. But you got to spend it with, all the contestants that were going through from Claire to Tasha. So how would you say your quarantine bubble was compared to everyone else's?
Well, I mean, I got to live for, a month and a half, almost like it was semi-normal, I guess, it was, I had a roommate. My roommate was Jordan, and we got to walk around like normal, and obviously we were tested and stuff often, but it was we were, besides us and like the NBA, I think we were the only ones that were able to kind of be normal for a little while, so it was kind of cool.
You're at NBA status.
They really got the best of the situation if you think about it. I mean, it's a horrible time right now, but it was super safe with all the testing it sounds like you guys had to go through.
Yeah, it was extremely safe where we were. Obviously, they did a ridiculously phenomenal job of like keeping everything locked up. Like it was locked up. Like it was a fortress there.
Ken, I wanted to ask you really quick. I've been a big fan of Ivan since the beginning. He got eliminated, and Tasha made a comment as she was walking him out last night that kind of caught my attention. She said that they had to kind of end things because of his religion. And I don't know if you know any insight of that or whatnot, but what did you think about that comment?
Well, I was in the same boat as you when I was watching it. I'm like, I immediately was like, what was that? Like, I didn't know either. And I actually, I hit up some of the guys. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Like, I didn't know. Nobody knew. I don't know. I still don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure what that, I'm sure at some point we'll get a little bit more clarity on that. But honestly, I don't know what that was about. I really don't. I'm curious, just like you.
Mm-hmm. I feel like throughout this season, Kenny, you were the guy who was level-headed, but you would come in with those quick comments that just, you kind of spoke for the people at home. And I was right there along with you, just nodding like, yeah, Kenny, thank you for saying that. Do you feel like with all the drama that went down, like you were that, kind of that person taking the outsider perspective? Because that's how I felt watching it.
Yeah. Honestly, that's 100% what I ended up sort of being, or the role I was, because I mean, for one, like I didn't particularly have like strong connections with either Claire or Tasha, where it was like, so I was kind of just like you just said, like kind of calling out what was going on and some of the BS that was going on. And I had obviously a little bit more connection with Tasha early on, but like it wasn't to the point of like the guys that were in the final like four, obviously because I went home, but yeah, 100%. Like, but that's just me in normal life. Like, if I see something or if something ain't right, I usually will say something, and that's yeah, Tina knows that, I guess, just I think it's just, being in the industry that I've been in for so long, you just have a little bit less filter sometimes,
I want to know really quick, behind the scenes, take us. I know they didn't show every single scene with Claire and Tasha and you. Did you kiss any
of them? Not Claire.
Okay.
Not Claire. Tasha, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We didn't see it. Why wouldn't they show the boy band manager over here and Tasha? We didn't get it. We didn't get any action.
That's all right. I'm all right.
What boy band?
He's like, I'm good.
What boy band song was going through your head when you were kissing Tasha? It had to be something.
It's gonna be me by NSYNC.
I have to say, Ken, during that date that you were on with creating the song, I thought you were going to be so much better than that.
Why?
I mean, you're the boy
I can't
band
sing.
manager. I know, but come on, you've got rhythm, you've got swag. I know you.
Hey, in my defense, the lyrics were good. Like when the guys re-sung it for me a couple weeks ago, like the lyrics were good. I'll stand by those lyrics. But I cannot sing or dance or
Go to theboybandnightchicago.com
yeah,
for more information.
yeah.
Quick plug. Quick
They
plug.
yeah, yeah. I am not a singer. I was terrified.
That transition that you just touched on from Claire to Tasha, it had to be so weird and so shocking and so unexpected. What was it like in the house? Take us back to that night when things were just.
It was I mean, at first we didn't know what was going on. So when Claire addressed the house and said basically she was leaving and good luck and all that, it's just she basically peaced out. And there for a hot minute, we really didn't know if like the show was over. There was so much speculation of like what was going to happen. Was it going to be another Bachelorette? Was it going to be like a Paradise situation where they were going to bring multiple girls in?
Mm-hmm.
Rumors were flying just within the guys' circle. Like, we didn't know. Everybody was like, oh, I bet this happens, and oh, I bet it's this girl, and everybody had ideas of who it might be. Nobody ever said Tasha. Nobody thought Tasha.
Wow.
So that was a complete surprise, like when she walked in, because nobody knew it was her at all. But
what a great surprise, because she is a gem.
Yeah,
I also think it's funny too, Krista, because a fun fact about Kenny, he really didn't watch too many seasons of The Bachelorette before. So when Tasha walked in, I don't think he knew too much about Tasha. Like, we're all excited, but Ken, you really didn't know much about her, right?
No, nothing. I quickly learned a little bit because obviously a lot of the other guys knew who she was, and I'm like, okay, I had a little background. But she was just like it was like a 180 from Claire talking with Tasha, just because she was like, she wanted to meet everybody. She was easy to talk to. She wasn't closed off. And obviously we know why Claire was closed off. It wasn't because that's how she is. It was because of the Dale situation. So, but yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting.
Well, for someone, who didn't watch too many seasons before, now you're in Bachelor Nation. Now you're in that close-knit community. So I'm sure you're making tons of new friends. Is anyone from Bachelor Nation kind of coming out of the woodworks? Are you chatting with anyone?
I mean, I honestly right now, I just talked to a lot of the guys, some of the guys from our cast right now. I haven't slid up on anybody yet or anything. I just been, I tried to slide into Chris Harrison's DM.
Same. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, if an option to go to Bachelor in Paradise comes your way, one, would you go? And two, who are some people that possibly, now that you're starting to recognize some of the ladies throughout the franchise, who's somebody who you would love to see on that beach?
I didn't, one, if I do get the invitation, I've already said a few times that I would go, just because I would actually like to do this again, knowing what I know now, like having a little knowledge of the whole situation. But I'm honestly, like, I still haven't, like, I don't know the names and stuff of, like, I've looked at Max Fast a little bit. There's a couple girls on there that I think that's a great looking cast. Obviously we don't know too much about the girls yet, but,
so none of the Hannahs have reached out to you?
No, I haven't talked to any Hannahs, no.
I saw a little flirting exchange between you and the old Bachelorette, Becca Kufrin.
Oh, Becca? Yeah.
Oh, Becca?
Oh, Becca, my old friend, my old pal.
What do you think of Becca?
She was on the one date with Tasha, so I met her.
How did we miss the orgasm date?
Wow, that's all right. That's all right.
Your parents are so proud.
Yeah. No, I talked to yeah, Becca was yeah, because I just met her on there. So, we talked a little bit. She's a friend. It's not like there's nothing like crazy going on.
Yeah. What I want to ask real quick, God forbid you were one of the final 4 guys and COVID was not a thing and you were going to bring Tasha to your hometown in Chicago. What date would you have planned for her?
I would have, and my family. I really would have loved to see what would have happened with her, with my family, because that might have been the end of it right there anyway. So, because you see the families on there, and they're like, they got all these questions, and it's all like lovey-dovey stuff, and like my family is the complete opposite of that. Like, I don't even know what. I just would love to have seen that go down. Like, what would my mom and dad say? Like, because my dad's super quiet. My mom, like, we don't talk like that. Like a lot of what you see with Zach's family and,
right.
And Tasha's dad and her
right.
mom. Like, we're not like that. So that would have been funny.
I feel like you would have taken her to a boy band night concert of some kind.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it was regular, like, normal stuff times, like, I would love to have, like, we would have definitely went to Bourbon Street where I work.
Yeah.
And I would have had the boy band night play, and I could have kind of showed her, what my little world looks like here, and if it was normal times, that would 100% been.
You would have gotten on stage because you're so musically inclined, as we saw.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it didn't look like Tasha was much of a dancer either when they were doing that.
Yeah. Truth.
Zach can dance though. Zach did a lot of dancing in the house. Like he's got a little rhythm himself. But
who are you closest to in the within the group of guys now? Who do you still talk to the most?
I talk to Ed a lot. I talk to Jason Foster a lot. There's a group chat too, so we all kind of keep in touch on there. Blake Moynes I talk to a lot. And I also, I talk to Bennett a little bit. I talk to Noah a little bit on Instagram DM stuff. And, it's just here and there, like,
right.
I keep in touch, but I think Ed, like, I talk to Ed a lot. Like, I talk to Ed a lot. We exchange a lot, text messages, and he's funny. That's why. Dr. Joe I talk to. I love Dr. Joe.
You guys had a great cast. So many unique personalities all under one roof. I'm really excited to see who goes on to more Bachelor franchises, whether it be Paradise or, lead Bachelor, Bachelorette. We'll see what happens. This season proves anything could happen.
That's true. Yeah. I think the cast was so good because honestly, it was more of a mature cast overall, age-wise.
I love
but
that.
Yeah, it just seems like it plays out better in this like whole concept scenario. Even though there was a little bit of drama, of course, but for the most part, it was pretty a mature group, all around. So I think that's why a lot of the guys are still close with each other.
So, and before we let you go, you were known in the house as the guy with the best abs.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, there's worse things to be known for, right?
That's
right.
True, yeah.
Well, for people who don't know or didn't really catch up, I think you should show everybody a little bit of a preview.
Oh, okay. I just did this yesterday.
You did it?
I can't even stand up. Oh, there is the ladies.
Oh, see?
Okay.
Content right there.
I guess they're best abs in the house. I don't know. I guess they're
like
fine.
I was always the first guy up in the morning to get my little workout in. Everybody will vouch for that.
That's your secret. Those
secret.
Early workouts.
Yeah. Everybody worked out in the house, but I was always up. Like I was always the first one up to work out.
You got to get it in. Get it in early, and then it's done, and it's over with, and you can go on with your day. That's how I am.
Yeah.
Well, Kenny, Thank you so much. Thank you for repping Chicago so well this season. We hope that you go on to all the Bachelor Nation things so we can continue to watch you and follow you and hopefully find love.
Thank you guys. Thanks to for the jam. You guys have supported me and the boy band night for years, so it's cool to be able to come on and do this and kind of go full circle.
You know, Tina is a super fan, I would say, of two things in her life. One, the Bachelor franchise, and two, up second is the boy band night. So you're lucky to have her supporting you guys all the time.
I feel like I've been here since day one, Ken, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, Tina goes you worked with my sister back in the day. Like, I've known.
Yeah, that's how we met. I used to work with your sister back in the radio station, and I've known her now for about 7 years.
Yeah.
How long has the boy band been around now?
That's literally about that time. It's been about 7 years, 6 years.
Well, I'm so thankful for all of that because I was introduced to the boy band night from Tina, and she's brought me to a couple shows, and they are just a blast.
Yeah.
So, and when the day that live music comes back, Tina and I are there front row.
It's true.
Screaming, no masks, hopefully.
Krista's the type of person you want to go to a concert with.
I need you guys, I need you there.
One day. Thanks again, Kenny.
Thank you, guys.